Alright, that's weird. I cranked down the settings on this to, I guess I won't see it in real time. So we are going to, not in the frame, but I gotta close this. We have the Supra and Greg's NSX. So Supra is halfway done. Supra's got to be done by, it's technically Sunday, but for me tomorrow, because I have 3 birthdays to attend tomorrow, because apparently like everyone wanted to be immature and be born in October, go figure. But sister's birthday, dad's birthday, well, not all the same day, Greg's birthday, but we're celebrating it all the same day. So because next week is Florida for me, next weekend is Florida for me, so I have to finish that up. And then as a actual birthday present, we're doing Greg's NSX. So yesterday I made a lot of leeway on the Supra. It's a little difficult because, again, these cars are extremely old, and this one is a little more special than not. It's Chris's, but it has 20,000 miles, okay? Or like 20 odd something thousand miles, like 22 or some shit like that. I'll probably have most of that stuff in the description in terms of like how many miles, what submodel. I think it's an RZ 2002. I believe it's a 2002, and it's like 59 or like 60,000 miles. And of course we had like a freaking rainstorm the other night, so I'm getting that off of Greg's car, at least the things. So we did exactly 50%. Actually, is the odometer going to be on it without the car being on? Let's see. Yeah, so 60. It's like 60 and change. So do the kilometer to miles. What's that called? Difference. The whatever the translation is in terms of miles. So we did exactly 50%. Let me hold on. In terms of like 50-50 and stuff like that. So doing this with one hand is not okay. I'm not going to close this completely, but from a visual perspective, it's kind of, you're not going to see it, but I do want to show you. And of course I left the light inside, but the paint on this car, it is again single stage, similar to the Evo. So not as bad as the Evo though, similar to the Evo. Actually, hold on, let me rephrase this. There is clear on it. It's just like some spots really don't have as much. So hood didn't have any, roof didn't have any, mirrors don't have any, but the doors. So it's like everything, like you see how like when you're looking at a car, what does the sun hit right away? It's roof, hood, trunk, and then like it is hitting the side panels, but the UV is not nearly as aggressive and as harsh on it. So got my light. Let me just show you guys real quick. So the swirls that are on it though are not literally, they're from incorrect washing, but Chris also doesn't like super wash his cars like crazy. So this is the finished side. Okay, let me crank this a little bit. This is the finished side minus the dust. Damn it, it's impossible to catch. Hold on. Can this get brighter? Okay, boom. Really, really rough. Okay, this is all like the pad, but this is like really bad. And then here. So what sucks though is because, so spots like that, spots like, come on, that, can we see that or no? All right, you see those little specks on the camera? That's like that, okay? So that's clear coat pop. Andy was here the other night. Jeez, I'm getting like a forearm pump. Andy was here the other night and was explaining that to me. So like visually when I was inspecting it, so I was like, there's got to be, I was like, there's no, that's not paint pop. It's basically when paint like exfoliates and over time it just like expands, or if it wasn't laid down properly, and odds are they never are, because of these cars being quite literally older than myself. So the process that we are using is Perfect Finish, which is over there. That's actually, this is exactly where I left off last night. So like the trunk is done, or the hatch is done. This is where I left off last night. I got eraser. So Perfect Finish. It is literally the lightest cutting method I've used, with a foam. The other one, nope, not a wool. A Rupes yellow foam pad, which I'll just show you when I start laying down the polish and stuff like that. And then the same process is actually going to be done to Greg's car, but I think this one had been priorly corrected, or attempted to be corrected. But this one's just like this was a shitty job done. So this is a little like, that's sick. So like, the reason why it's not so bad, but I'm so meticulous on this one, because it is original paint. There is no sign of respray or this or that. There's no weird trim. There's no, so like, this is quite literally maybe the rarest car I've done. And it's cool to see a friend own it, you know, like this is one of his most, if not the most prized possession. It had a bad tune when it got here, the story of this car, and it wasn't really all that hot. Like, if the difference in tune, I don't think they have the same gas there in Japan. It's like the whole storyline behind this car, which I like it a lot, and I'm probably gonna have either myself or Andy write up a quick little like newsletter or something like that, because that's something kind of we want to dabble in. But it's super exciting because like, even going from Greg's the red R32 that we did in the past, or like the last few videos ago, I think, did I put that up? Yeah. Well, actually, I don't think I put the detail video up, but we have done it. But that was an original AH3, so you could tell I could get like super aggressive, which we didn't because it was coated. That's why I didn't put it up. We didn't correct it. We just washed it. But when you were looking at some of the paint, it was a little more red than it wasn't. And AH3 is like super cinnamony. It's not. It's a little bit of a darker red, a little more of a dark hue, and that was like red. So we figured that out. So it's super cool when you're like under the lights and shit like that, and like doing test spots and panels and this and that to really see and gauge. And this is by far like one of my most. I love it. I love that I have the responsibility to work on this car. No one has worked on this car, and I love that because, well, one, people are scared of the responsibility, which I get, and two, it's a lot of money if you fuck up. So we're gonna put the camera down. I'm honestly, this is a long clip, so I'm probably, if I didn't voice this over the actual process of the cleaning of the car, we're gonna actually start cleaning the car, because like I already kind of fucked up because I did the test spot already and stuff like that, and like show you guys the process was kind of part of it. But now I can literally just show you guys laying down the method, the way I'm doing, like I can elaborately tell you like how many passes am I doing, how much pressure, how much polish, etc., etc. Because like it's a little weird, but nonetheless, let's put the camera down. Let's get to work. This has to be done today in terms of the paint being finished, and I'll probably put it on before me and Andy go to the gym tonight, and then I'll have a lot of time with the NSX. So this one I'll probably take you guys through it a lot more. It's just the Supra has a really cool factor to it because it is completely original, very low miles, and probably worth more than fucking anything I could imagine right now. So camera's going down, show you guys a process. Be sure to leave a thumbs up if you guys like the detail videos. This is going to be a little bit of a makeshift one, but if there's enough desire and want for more, I'll do something spicy with the NSX. So let's drop this down, show some likes, show some love, leave a comment, and share this to your friends. But let's get to work because we're on a time crunch. Really quick before I put you guys, tripods already set up, but this is what you got to fight. So that's scary, and that's what people are afraid of to work on these cars. Again, like no one's proud to like, yeah, I'm taking paint off, but you know, like small paint is coming off. That's probably like 7-8 passes already. I already did a couple panel, like the hood's already done. I have to do like, I think this segment and this segment. So it's, again, that's what people are afraid of. But again, this just comes down to communicating with your clients, your customers, whatever. Talk to them, be like, hey, so on and so forth. Like, right, hey, Greg, this NSX is a piece of shit. No, like, hey, Greg, this NSX doesn't have paint. Is the name of the game preservation, or is the name of the game perfection? You can chase perfection, but at the cost of paint. Because even when you are detailing a car that has clear coat, these polishes, these compounds, these whatever, they're all abrasives that go against the paint. That's the science behind it. And you're quite literally attaching it to a pad of your sort, whether it's wool, microfiber, foam, heavy cutting? Is it soft? Is it, right? They're very like color coded. So yellow is like polishing, white is usually wax. Blue is usually a coarser, like a wool, like a microfiber, like a cutting pad. It's like, that's the most aggressive, but that's like detailing terminology. I want to just like dumb this down for you guys, because this video with the Supra, it is a super cool Supra, but I almost want to teach you guys how to resolve soft black paint. And there's no better car to do it on than like a super cool aesthetically looking car. And then the NSX will be like the super flashy one. So with all of that being said, it's super delicate work. It's like, I don't want you guys to be afraid. This is a very delicate example, because can you burn through paint? Yeah, absolutely. But like, I literally, especially a DA, you'd have to be there. And again, take this with a grain of salt, but I'd have to be on this car in the same spot on the same panel for like 15-20 minutes to burn paint. And I'm gonna set you guys down right now and show you the technique at which I'm doing it. It's literally 3 pour pads. We're maybe doing a small box at a time. Sorry, small box at a time. I'm gonna grab my tape. I'll tape off an area of what's done and what's not done. I hate doing that tape trick, but just to show you guys, this is what it was. This is literally the process of what I'm doing, and you'll watch it in real time, not live time, but in real time. I'll take the tape off and I'll show you guys how it's done. And then it's just rinse, repeat. It's tedious work, but I love it. This shit is like, you gotta love this shit. I mean, we also have the best forearms in the game. This shit. 3 small dots. Hold on, I have music on. So spread it. So this side, like I put the tape here, this was done already. We're basically gonna spread it. Honestly, I would probably do like up until here, but just for sake of the video, or like this example. So I'm working 3 and 4 in between. Again, it's gonna change from car to car, but what I always do is to prevent the sling, get it on 1 to 2, and spread it. So like there's no sling anywhere. The hood is raised a little bit, so it's off of the fender. And then now once it's spread, I'm gonna crank it to 3, 4, and that's it. Follow rhythm. Don't lift your pad until, just to prevent sling, but there's not much coming off right here. So, and I don't know how much of that you guys heard before the polisher went on, but basically I was saying you spread it on 1, 2, you get it all over the area you want to do, kick it up to the desired setting. For me, it was speed, in between speed 3 and 4, and do your passes. And then you check your work. Bada bing, bada boom. I can't show you guys, obviously, because like the outside light and this light. But basically, the same exact thing is what you just saw real time. But that was done. I did 50%. I showed you guys the before and after. And that's it. I'm not going to keep laying tape down on the car to be like, look, guys, it's working. We know it's working. But every once in a while, I'll check it. And then when you get into a routine or in a rhythm, then you would really, when you get into a routine and in a rhythm, then you would, that's pretty much where you get comfortable in terms of like, okay, like I know XYZ works, we do that with this pressure, with this speed, at this rate, wipe, rinse, repeat. Because then it's like you're gonna check your work every so often, but once you find like that rhythm, like I know what works on the hood. This spot on the hood, it's very rare, but like this spot on the hood won't be different from X spot on the hood. Now when I move to the fenders and the doors and stuff like that, yeah, I'm gonna do 2 spots, check both, find the routine and the rhythm. If I have to, sometimes you have to switch pads, sometimes you have to switch polishes, etc., etc. So like if I have to do that, then that's when I'll double check the work. But when it comes to per panel, generally, again, like super rare situations, but generally you check it once or twice, you find the routine and you knock it out. There's no need to continuously check it. So let's keep moving. Yes. Are you finished?
It doesn't work. Look at him.
It doesn't work.
You just carry
The title of this video is gonna be like,
do I work?
Unemployed people be like.
Yeah,
so the boys are here. Well, Andy's been here. I don't know if I even picked up, but the boys have been here. So we're pretty done. They're fucking doing something on the NSX. Quarter panel has to be done. We're just about here. So the whole hatch is done. Quarter panel has to be done. Then bumpers, and then we're good. And then I have to wash it, and then we're literally... So we're going to wash it. So here's what I'm going to do, because I just played it out in my head. We're going to wash it, but drying a car that's not coated is... I'd literally rather not even touch it. So we're going to wash it. We're going to roll it back in the garage. We're going to let it dry. Let it do what it does. Whee! And then coat tonight after the gym.
Nope.
Chris is going to come pick it up in the morning. NSX goes in the garage. We're going to take down the garage with the NSX in it. And that's going to be Greg's birthday present.
That's it?
That's it. Yo, you want to buy that, bro? I need money.
Can you shut up? I want those.
Never mind, they're for sale.
These tires
They're sold.
shot.
Yo, put those on.
Yeah, that's a good burnout with those. Oh my god.
You know I drove on 3 years for those with those tires? This is supposed to be a how-to, and like I'm wrecking my life.
I'll actually do a nasty burnout to kill those tires. That'd be sick.
Kill me.
I'll kill myself
These
too.
are from 07? Holy shit.
That's sick, right? Damn. Oh, dude. And I sold the GTR too. Apparently, I sold the GTR. That was the other thing that was mentioned. I sold the GTR too because I'm unemployed and I need money.
That's
yeah.
not making it in the video.
It's recording. How much you want to bet that's making it in the video? How much you want to bet?
Well, that's why it's not here.
So like, because you know what it was? They got a kick from the. Remember when I put the LMGT ones for sale? Yeah. They were like, oh, he's parting out the car because he doesn't work. So that's sick. Wait till they realize how much money I actually threw at the car. Then we're gonna see who doesn't work. That's crazy. Tommy's getting. Nope. Definitely can't say that. That's crazy. I'm not working. Nope. Leo.
My cousin just bought a Beamer.
What kind?
Tell her to return it. She's been DMing me for like 5 months asking for advice to buy a new car.
I hope she
I
subscribes.
keep telling her, I'm like,
So she got a 325i?
I hope she got a 330e hybrid.
What the Nope.
55 out the door.
Nope. Okay, so coating is getting ready to be put on. That was definitely English. But eraser, so car was washed, we put back in the garage. There's probably some spots, but eraser's gonna get thrown on so we can get rid of, oh my god, that's so good. Eraser's gonna get thrown on to just completely get rid of all of the polishes and the abrasives and whatever we used on the car. And we coat, and then tomorrow morning I'll probably show you the final wraparound because we are gonna be gonna coat now, go inside, shower. It takes like 4 hours before it's like really exposed to like anything else. So it's a quick wipe on, wipe off. It's like 8 to 10 minutes to flash, but in terms of like actually letting it sit and cure and adhere. And then tomorrow we're gonna pull it out. Bugs. Tomorrow we pull this out, move that in, and then, well, actually not tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I'll pull it out to get photos, but Sunday, it's going back in the garage until Sunday, and then Chrissy can come pick it up, and then we officially get to work on the bad girl. I'm excited for this NSX. So Greg swears there's clear on it too, so I'm excited. I don't know. When we pull the Supra out of the garage, I'll re-update you guys, so we'll see you tomorrow. All right, guys. So we are all done on the Supra. It is the next day. I'm out here right now. It's right behind you guys in front of me. But I am super, super stoked. Super sunny day. Chris didn't end up going to the Super meet today, which I'm kind of bummed about because this would have been fantastic to show off because this is just extremely menacing. Like, this is amazing. Some of my best work yet, and on a super hard car, super delicate car, so single stage, etc., etc. I don't know what I said in the video, what I didn't say, because this is a few days worth of content that has gone by. But still, same vision, same goal, same aspiration with this car, just to perfect it. And so what, like 20 some odd thousand miles on what I believe to be original paint, or at least if it was resprayed, it was resprayed back at home meaning in Japan. But looking at trims, looking at lines, looking at cuts and this and that, it's just, I mean, whoever did repaint this, if they did, props to you, because it must have been glass out paint job. But given the condition of the car as well, being single stage and stuff like that, again, unless they use the same shitty paint that they always use in Japan at the time of this era at which the car was built, then it's been resprayed. But it, I mean, you guys, regardless whether it's resprayed or not, this is just crazy. So 2002 RZ, right-hand drive, 20,000 original miles, just to absolute perfection. I'm honestly not even gonna talk too much in this clip, just be minus this, but the walk around, because I'm just in love with this right now. CCWs were a bitch to clean because of just all the spokes, but it's like insane because it looks great on camera. But I mean, even dirty cars look great on camera, but this is just in another realm right now. Oh, and then we ended up, let me pop this too, because this was not, I already knew this wasn't gonna get love, because it's never, unless Chris goes to a show and physically does this, which I'm sure he will, because, hold on, let me put you guys down because I'm not trying to scratch the hood. Toyota paint is very, very soft. So, got my nose, the fucking flu. So Andy did actually help me with this. So we tried to polish as much as we can on the whatever's actually chrome underneath. So I was actually super concerned because I don't know if you can see it on camera. So that right there and that mark right there, I was like, they're not coming out. But if you actually look at the under tray of it, trying to find it for you guys, the hood actually doesn't close properly. So this right here, you can kind of see the indentation, which if you follow it down is like right over. So, and then there's one on the other side too. So there's like indentations on the actual strut bar itself. We cleaned up the valve cover a little bit, just polished it all up, cleaned it all up, dusted it all off, because although this car doesn't see the most time of day, I guess, out of Chris's car. Again, if you know Chris, he doesn't really drive his cars a lot of times. He's a super busy guy. But this is actually the one that he's, oh, and we polished the Koyo Rad as well, because it's aluminum, or like, yeah, it's aluminum finish on top, or chrome, whatever you want to call it. But this is actually the one he's owned for the longest time. Super, super great. Like, we don't put a lot of miles on it between myself and Chris. This thing is literally hands down garage queen to the highest extent. It's probably one of his most valued cars, if not the most. And that's to be determined in the future as opposed to what comes next. But arguably one of the most important in the arsenal. So I'm just super happy. I'm super stoked the way all of this came out, because this is just, you don't like see these, one, like such low miles, two, as original as we know, two, three, I'm sorry, I said two twice, three, right-hand drive. Just this is the, dare I say, the like epitome of Supras. Like, this is it. Black is like the hardest color to keep clean, hardest to correct. I'm honestly, I'm shocked. If you guys could take the time out of your day to smash the thumbs up button and subscribe. I want to do these every so often. We have a trip at the end of the week, so I'm gonna bang this one. Obviously is gonna be out early in the week. NSX is gonna be done probably while I'm in Florida. The video will come out, it'll be done this week, but it'll go out probably while I'm in Florida. That way there's content while I'm gone, and then we continue from there. But yeah, I mean, if you guys need anything, like I said, we're trying to do like crazy big stuff between myself and the team. There's a lot of good things on the horizon. So if you guys want to stay up to date and stay in tune with us, we're not going to keep stressing it once it's actually released and once we're actually full-fledged in the project. So I highly anticipate that if you guys do want to be a part of like the bigger vision and the team, to just kind of tack on board nice and early, because once we get going, it's all gas, no brakes. So thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. See you later.